Most people don't realize this, but if you feel financially stuck, it's probably not because you earn too little. It's because your life quietly became more expensive than your income can support, and no one ever warned you when it happened. Let's walk through a very normal situation. Nothing extreme, nothing irresponsible, just normal. Imagine a 28-year-old professional living in the US or Europe. They earn around $65,000 a year before tax. After tax, health care, and social contributions, that becomes roughly $4,000 a month. On paper, that sounds fine, above average even. Now, life begins. Rent for a decent apartment, $1,400. Car payment or lease, $420. Insurance, fuel, and maintenance, $250. Student loan or education EMI, $300. Groceries and basic utilities, $500. Phone, subscriptions, gym, and internet, $180. We're already at $3,050. That leaves $950. From this, life happens. Occasional eating out, clothes that look professional, a short trip, a birthday gift, a new phone on monthly payments. Slowly, that $950 disappears, not through luxury, through normal expectations. At the end of the month, savings are either small or zero, and the person thinks, I need a higher salary. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The problem isn't income. It's the lifestyle you quietly accepted as normal the moment you started earning. Here's the hidden financial mistake most people never see. They don't build a life based on financial logic. They build it based on social comparison. They rent what coworkers rent, drive what friends drive, spend how people at their level spend. No one ever asks, does this lifestyle actually make sense for my income? Let's look at just one example. That $420 car payment. Over 5 years, that's more than $25,000 for something that loses value every single year. If that same money were invested conservatively over 20 years, it wouldn't just be some savings. It could quietly grow into 6 figures. But no one frames the decision that way, because psychologically, monthly payments don't feel expensive. Large numbers do. Monthly numbers feel safe. That's why EMIs are so powerful. They disconnect cost from consequence. This isn't a discipline problem. It's a psychology problem. Our brains are wired to optimize for comfort, status, and belonging, not long-term math. A nicer apartment feels like progress. A newer car feels like success. Keeping up feels necessary. But wealth doesn't come from looking stable. It comes from living slightly below what feels normal. And that's uncomfortable, which is why most people don't do it. Now, let's talk about the long-term impact. If nothing changes, what happens? Income rises, but lifestyle rises faster. More responsibilities replace savings. Debt becomes permanent, not temporary. At 40, income might double, but financial freedom still feels far away. Not because of bad choices, but because expectations were never questioned. Financially intelligent people don't think differently because they're smarter. They think differently because they separate needs from identity. They don't ask, what can I afford monthly? They ask, what does this cost me over 10 or 20 years? They don't optimize for appearances. They optimize for flexibility. They value having options more than being impressive. And most importantly, they don't rush to upgrade their life just because income increased. They pause. They let money create margin first. This isn't about living small, and it's not about guilt. It's about clarity. Once you see that your struggle isn't personal failure, but misaligned expectations, the pressure eases, and better decisions become easier. Not dramatic ones, just quieter, smarter ones. If this perspective helped you see money a little more clearly, you might want to stay around. Consider liking the video or subscribing, not for motivation, but for calmer, more realistic conversations about money.